Hi guys, welcome along to another battle report. This time it's my Germans against the Americans for a 1,000-point battle report. Again, this is a continuation of my Gaming Clubs League, and we have a game of Top Secret. So this is after the first turn, and we've both tried to bring on our reserves. I've got 2 infantry squads managed to move on, my Puma and that Panzer III, which is actually a Panzer IV for these games. That little guy in the middle, little Finn there, he's the top secret objective. We have to get him and get off. So on my opponent's left flank, he's got a little Wiley's Jeep. This is the one that's been upgraded just with a machine gun, just to run around recon and be a mobile MG, which is actually really good. He's quite an effective little unit. Behind there, the 313 blokes there, they're his forward observers. Do you think the models look a bit weird? They're from a Weird War game called Secrets of the Third Reich. He's using them for his Americans for our Bart Action League. And towards the centre of the table, in the cornfield, he's got an MG team, and his first lieutenant, I think he's got. Left hand side, he's got that's his engineer squad. They've got a flamer in amongst it, and I think a couple of bars. Far left is a Sherman there, and a little bazooka team. And there's a Sherman and the bazooka team just there. It's for Puma and 2 infantry squads. Each of my infantry squads, if you've not seen before, they have an LMG in it, an assault rifle in it, and an NCO with a submachine gun. So this is turn 2. I managed to push my guys up against the wall here. I'm ready to grab the objective. You see the opponents managed to get more infantry on, starting to move up. In the trees in the far top there is his sniper team, and to the left hand side is his medic truck. And this is where it goes stops going horribly wrong for me. That photograph where I've got an open space there next to the wall, that was my other infantry squad there. My opponent brought in his aircraft. As you can see, pinned all the units around it. Also pinned my half-track that's nearby as well. And then just completely blitzed the squad and wiped them out in one round of shooting. So we can just back off and have a look there. Yeah, you can see all the pin markers in that area around where my other unit once was, and including my artillery observer there. But I've got another infantry squad coming up towards the centre. I've got my Puma facing off against the Sherman. I'm not too bothered at the moment. There's enough cover there. I can recce back out of the way to relative safety. But unfortunately, I couldn't get any dice out before my opponent got a lot of his dice out. He also managed to move his engineer squad up. And combination of flamer and the squad firing, he does blitz half this squad, and I fail my morale check. So I lose another squad. So that's my 2 front squads completely gone. On a kind of racing note, he did lose his flamer, it ran out of fuel. There you see my unit just scarpered and vanished. But I'm feeling okay at the moment. I've still got another infantry squad there, and I've got my flamethrower team there. Should be able to force them off. Problem is, he's not actually gone for the mark yet, so that unit's not carrying it. He's got enough units right round now to push forwards and try and grab it. On the left hand side, he's got another infantry unit coming up. Again, these aren't armed overly particularly heavily, just with bars, I think, as the occasional weapon. Supported with the Sherman. And just under that yellow dice, you can just see the bazooka team trying to creep round to have a go at my Puma there. Right, so here's where I lose the game. I did something completely daft. My artillery observer, where that white dice is there in the centre, brings down his barrage. Not only that, when we roll for his, what they call them, air observers, isn't it? He managed to roll a 1, so I got to place it. Now, unfortunately, like a div, I decided I wanted to spread as much damage across the lines, so I landed my barrage here, in amongst the troops, and as you can see, they all got some good pins. There's 3 or 4 pins on each of the units right round there. No one unfortunately was actually hit. And on the left hand side, I tried to destroy the Sherman. Yeah, this was just a silly mistake. There was no reason for me to go for the Sherman, but I panicked when I saw it, and I decided it needed to go. So unfortunately, the aircraft that came in hit the Sherman and didn't do a lot of damage to it. I did immobilize it, but that was it. And pin units around there. But what I should have done is that big chunky unit that has just picked up the objective, was probably my prime objective to get rid of. My should have got the plane to come in and just blitz them. That would have been perfect. The amount of damage I rolled would probably wipe most of them out, and with the amount of pins they would have had on them, they would have fled as well. That would have been the unit I wouldn't have had to worry about. But there you go. Hindsight is 2020. And yet they managed to pass their leadership test at -4. Just my luck. So they're only regulars. So they needed what, 5 and under, and he managed to pass it for his morale check, and starts fleeing back with the objective. Here in the centre, my 2 depleted squads and my one depleted squad and my flamethrower just move up and try and finish off the squad that's in front of them, because I've got no way of reaching the guys on the far side. I move my flame up first in just the hope to clear them out, but they pass whatever test they needed. I don't think I did that much damage. I rolled maybe a 2 for the amount of hits I got on them. So I had to use my other squad instead of firing at the far end squad to fire at them as well. They fail their morale check and go away. And unfortunately, this is how it ends. You can see all my vehicles are trying to move up and put as many tokens onto that fleeing unit as I could, just to get them to break. And do you think they'd break? They wouldn't. Even with all those pin markers on them, they still passed the morale check, and they'd passed their marker on to the sniper, and the sniper fled the table, carrying the objective with it. So that's a lesson to you. Make sure you keep an eye on the objective. I don't know why I decided to go for the Sherman. I think I'm an old 40k player and always remember tanks being a complete nightmare. And in this, on a whole, tanks aren't that bad. I think it's important to take out tanks, but they are generally just medium machine gun platforms moving about, and they can't always hold objectives or anything like that. It all comes down to the infantry. So yeah, there was no reason for me to go to the Sherman. I had it pinned there with my Puma. But never mind, we live and learn, don't we? So until the next time, guys, thanks for watching, and farewell us.